Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we'll be tackling the question of can elites, in Halo 1 specifically, drive Warthogs? So, in Halo 1, obviously we never play as elites at any point in the game, nor do we ever see elites use Warthogs at all, or any UNSC vehicles for that matter. Now, in a previous video I did a long time ago, I did show that it was possible for elites to use some UNSC weapons, such as the Magnum, which is what you see right now. But I've never put to test whether elites can drive Warthogs or not. And the answer to that question is actually not as simple. So to put it to the test, my friend Photos Chaos and I, we played as elites. And, well, just like that, we're going to test to see whether elites can drive Warthogs or not. So here you see elites can flip Warthogs. We do get that option. That's not surprising. But the short answer to this question of whether elites can drive Warthogs is no. Elites cannot drive Warthogs. They cannot use a turret, nor can they ride in the passenger seat. But that's just a short answer. See, the weird thing is that in the game files and the tags for elites, they actually do seem to have a lot of support built in to use Warthogs, specifically, mostly to drive the Warthogs, but it seems to be disabled. They actually seem to be lacking the animation, but everything else seems to be set up perfectly to use the Warthog driver seat. So, with a little bit of modding, we basically gave the Warthog ghost animations to get into the seat, so that elites can at least get in and drive it. And it actually works out pretty well. So there's quite a few interesting things. So even though it's a ghost animation, the elite already has it set up so that it actually holds the steering wheel with one hand. You can see there that the elite, you know, he's got one hand on the side of the Warthog and drives with the right hand on the steering wheel. And the elite uses that steering wheel properly. You can see that when the elite turns the Warthog, the wheels, he actually turns the steering wheel correctly. So, for some reason, and it was probably, you know, Bungie just chose not to include it or cut it from the game, but for some reason, at one point, elites do seem like they were meant to be able to drive Warthogs, because, you know, they have their animation right there for steering the Warthog. If I were to use any other, like, characters or any other, like, animations, then it just wouldn't look right. It would just be really weird. This is the only animation for the elite where it actually kind of works. And, you know, their arms are actually set to properly control the steering wheel. So, I'm guessing at one point Bungie, you know, they got pretty far in building support for the elite to use Warthogs, but they stopped at one point and just didn't finish it. Or maybe they did finish it and just cut it from the final game. But whatever the reason was, you know, elites in the final game can no longer drive Warthogs. But, like I said, they do still have some support built into their game files, into their tags, their properties, to be able to drive Warthogs. So, yeah, that's basically the long answer, which is technically, yeah, that it seems like they were supposed to be able to drive Warthogs, and you could partially enable them to do so again. Now, the other seats of the Warthog, which I didn't show in this video, but the other seats, like the turret or the passenger seat, could not really get those working as well as the driver's seat. So it seems like, you know, maybe that Bungie, they were further along with getting the driver's seat animations for the elite, but it wasn't properly set up as well for the other seats. The other seats, if I enable them for the elite and use close animations to get into those seats, the elite is, well, yeah, the elite is just really janky in those other seats. The driver's seat is the most compatible with the elites, and most compatible when using the ghost animation. So yeah, so the elites, they drive Warthogs pretty chill. They just one hand on the wheel, the other hand just resting on the side, and it actually it's a pretty cool elite driving animation, in my opinion. So yeah, there you guys have it. That is what it's like for an elite to drive the Warthog. Now, this may not have been what the final animation would have been like that Bungie intended, or had in mind, but it's probably the closest approximation, and it uses a lot of the Elite's built-in properties in their tags, where it does seem that it's partially set up for the Warthog to drive. But yeah, so there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, then as always, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else you want to check out or look into, any other questions you want to tackle or things to experiment with. Just let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with the latest videos. And I will see you all next time. Bye guys.